Hello everyone, welcome back. We're Nick and Sarah, a British couple who left the UK many years ago in search of something different. We have a passion for filmmaking and travel, and with our two little dogs, we're going to take on the world, starting from tomorrow. We're currently down in Andalusia attempting to build a van in just 50 days. Join us in today's vlog as we tackle lots of different jobs, including more rust treatment, making our bathroom and finally getting the lino down. But the pressure of it all gets too much as we come to a massive realisation. We have noticed a little bit of rust behind the passenger seat at the back, so the mission is to take care of that rust before we continue on, because we have got a lot to get through over the next couple of days.
Not too bad, looks a bit nasty here.
This and that is the reason that we decided to take on this job first this morning. To get the chair off, it was so easy. We thought that was going to be a lot more difficult. It was just a case of two rusty bolts that actually came off really easily, and then just push and lift. So literally a 5-minute job to get the seat out. Phew. I was really hoping that we weren't going to have a nasty surprise.
Look like they've been deep fried or something, really crusty.
Deep fried screws. They're from this. Open the panel. Does anyone know what this is? Got a little tube going that way. Yeah, anyone? Don't tell them. Answers in the comments.
Good, we'll bleep that out.
Yeah. Better that is now.
Still dirty there.
Well, it's pretty good. Compared to what it was, it's very, very good.
While the hammerite is drying, the crust and everything, we've got to wait for that to dry so we can put everything back. We are figuring out the lino, so we're taking out this side panel. The other side panel is exactly the same, so we need to measure the central panel and then we can cut the stencil out for the lino. The lino is 2 meters by 4 meters, so the van is like 182 by 360, so we've got plenty.
The lino is covering the complete floor, so for us to be able to bolt all the furniture down and move on, we want the lino down in place, ready, and then we can just put everything on top of it and screw everything down and everything else. So that's definitely the next job.
So after deliberating for several hours,
how do we cut it? Should we do it this way? Should we cut extra? Should we leave it so it flaps up at the sides, goes at the sides? Oh, I tell you, the amount of decisions when you're not a very good decision making person, when you're doing a van build, is blinking hard. It just hurts my mind so much. And Nick, he's supposed to be the decision maker, and he's probably just as bad as me.
I don't want to get it wrong though. If I get it wrong, there's hell to pay. There'll be serious trouble. It's not the end of the world, is it? It's not gonna, you know.
That's the worst.
It's not life changing, is it? It's not life changing. If you're a bit short, it doesn't matter.
If you're
It does.
If you're a lot short, it matters. And you just have to order new lino, so it's not the end of the world.
The funny thing is, most of this is just going to be covered over by furniture. All the edges you're not going to see at all, apart from maybe none of them. Like just what we're doing today, like fixing all the rust. Okay, the rust is good, but cleaning underneath places that are never going to see the light of day again.
I know, it's crazy. It's quite tempting to just have your lino where it's on show, just like in the walkway. Like what, 3/4 of it is covered up by furniture.
You know
it's
there.
Yeah, and if you spill like a drink or whatever, it's obviously protecting it with the spillage goes on the lino rather than you would underneath. So yeah, got me proper material scissors out.
Thank you, Mum.
They're very good scissors actually. You got all this to make coasters and stuff out of, haven't you?
Yeah,
or whatever else.
Still not divulging what pattern we've gone for yet, are we?
Oh, we haven't shown it. Don't look under there. Stop trying to peek. Right. We have the engines running because we're just charging the battery, just making sure the battery's charged because we've not been using the van, so we're just leaving it running 15 minutes. Anyways, we have the paint is dry, the crust is dry, the rust treatment is done underneath here. It's clean, we've scrubbed it, we're very happy. We've replaced all of the rusty screws. As Nick mentioned, you don't see it, of course you don't see it, but I can sleep better at night knowing it's all clean and all sorted and rust free.
What time is it, darling?
What time is it? It is good morning folks time, and we are about to lay the lino. Very, very exciting. So this morning we've been down here messing about with the floor, I tell you, trying to figure out where we're drilling the hole for the shower.
You've had your fingers in holes all morning, haven't
I've
you?
had my fingers in holes. We're just going to go for the lino because we're not drilling any holes in the floor just yet because we have to adjust the shower, blah, blah, blah.
And to attach the floor, I don't think we do have to drill holes because it ain't going anywhere.
No, we'll just drill the hole from underneath the van and come straight through the floor, straight through the lining and figure it out from that. It's just going to be easier. That probably doesn't even make sense. There's already a hole in the floor of the van. We'll go straight up. Anyway, let's do the lino. And today we're actually live streaming. I don't know if you can see the tripod behind me. We're live streaming for the Patreons all day actually. So the patrons are watching. So we kind of feel a bit nervous. It's a bit weird having people watching like live. But you can join our Patreon because we'll probably do more of these.
Explorers Patron nights where you can just watch
asleep.
What do you think? Too much? Too much or not enough?
Time to cut it into shape. Which side of the line should I cut?
Just cut it. Quite happy with our choice though.
We didn't have loads and loads of choice of lino, did we?
We were looking at what to put on the floor, whether adhesive tiles, but they're a bit of a mission. If you, for some reason, you had to unbuild your van or get them up, they're a bit of a pain, and it's a lot more work.
And someone actually mentioned, which is a good point, there was adhesive tiles on the floor before, but someone mentioned about they can get a bit grubby, you know, in between the gaps, and that's a good point, isn't it? But when we just thought, well, lino, it's just one big piece. You know.
So we're looking round and we wanted a piece that would just cover the whole floor, because some of them come in little strips and not that easy to get out here in Spain, to be honest. Everything's easier to get in the UK or Germany
and now after Brexit it's a little bit more difficult for them to ship out here. Certain things you have to pay a huge amount of shipping.
So the lino, we had narrowed it down to 4 choices. This one, we actually put the choices out on our Patreon, over on Patreon. We put it out to a vote, and this one did actually win by 5 votes. Anyway, we chose this, our patrons chose this, so we're happy. Let us know in the comments what you think. Does it make you feel sick? Does it make your head go a bit dizzy? That's what my mum's going to be saying. And then we're going to, obviously, or maybe not obviously, because I get confused what we've shared. The shower's going to be 2/3 of the height it was before, but we're using the same lino if it all works out there. So you got this pattern,
and then a completely different pattern in the bathroom, which might look a bit odd, but the front of the bathroom's hidden away until you actually go in there.
Yeah.
So it's like a separate room.
Well,
So this is the finishing coat of the main top walls, the walls that are going to be on show. So this wall and this wall, and we're using the white Osmo. Give it a coat, let it dry and see how it looks. Maybe 1 coat will be enough, but obviously this side we're going to have like a backsplash of colour of some kind above the sink and things like that, and whatever else we have on the walls. Oh, and by the way, we have done the lino very neatly cut, if I don't say so myself. It's all in place.
I'll say so for you. Amazing. Look at that. Look at that. So we've cut a little bit more off. So that just tucks under there. This will come down. This, we were thinking of a little skirting board that we'd have to screw in there, but yeah, we're not sure at the moment. I mean, that looks pretty darn good. See, with furniture in, ignore those green socks. It's going to look better. We've decided to build a little box around the wheel arch, so I'm going to get on with that. No, you're probably thinking, not much has changed again. Everything takes longer than you think. Sarah's very, we're perfectionists.
See, this is the problem. Look, a little fly. This is why I don't want to do it outside. That little fly has just landed there now. I'm not saying perfectionist, but that's a squashed dead fly.
Oh, you haven't killed it, darling.
Well, I don't want to kill it, but it's so like a little fragile thing that he lands on there.
Could be a she.
She.
They.
Another one there. It's
Say a little prayer for them. This is turning into a fly graveyard,
it's
isn't
like
it?
they're attracted to it. When I was painting outside the other day, loads flew onto the other wood.
Massacre, this, isn't it? Wiping out whole species while painting this wall.
The squashed fly effect. Good morning, my love. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling a bit tired, to be honest. Exhausted. Well, I don't know what day we're on, like week. We're in week 4, I think, the end of the week. I don't know.
Whatever. We don't even know the day of the week, let alone what day we're on of the blinking van build.
It's just full on though, isn't it? We kind of, our routine is wake up in the morning, go on the laptops, do some admin stuff like that, and then down to the vans and our little workshop down here for like a full 8-hour, 9-hour stint. And then last night we went home and we were working into the night.
We were working into the night. The reason for that, they're actually outside, and we'll show you in a minute.
Yes, they are. We didn't rescue some more dogs. We didn't go out partying with friends. We'll show you
what. It's not our friends we went partying with, drinking out all night. That wasn't the reason. No, some work we got on with last night. But we're quite happy. We'll show you that in a minute.
Yeah, so busy as always. Yeah, we did a live stream yesterday, as we mentioned before. So that was good. I think it went well. It was a little bit confusing, you know, filming the live stream. We did like 5 hours and then filming the vlog bit, so I forgot who I was talking to. But yeah, that went quite well, and it was quite good because actually recently we found public Wi-Fi in our village. We've been here for years and didn't know it existed.
Didn't know, and it actually stretches to the van here, so it's really cool because the 4G signal isn't great here, so it was good to jump on the Wi-Fi to do the stream all day yesterday.
And that obviously helped with our, you know, internet, because it uses a lot of data when you stream for 5 hours. But yeah, when you're using public Wi-Fi, it's always good to be safety conscious, because you never know when there's hackers or snoopers spying on you and trying to steal your information and access your details. They could be anywhere, even in
a little whitewashed village in Andalusia, what you think is quiet and safe, they could be literally anywhere.
This is why we use NordVPN. Now, if you haven't heard of NordVPN, you haven't been following us for very long. We've been working with Nord and using Nord for about 3 or 4 years.
They are the longest running sponsor of this channel.
And in our opinion, it's the best VPN on the market. If you don't know what a VPN is, it stands for Virtual Private Network. It basically adds an extra layer of security to your device. It hides your IP address, or allows you to choose an IP address from anywhere in the world, which helps prevent hackers and snoopers that we discussed just before from accessing your details and just snooping around. That's what snoopers do, isn't it? The other reason to have a VPN, or one of the other reasons, is to extend your viewing library, your viewing capabilities.
Definitely. So just recently we've been watching The Traitors. It's a UK show and we can watch it out here in Spain by using NordVPN. What a show! Where have we been? It's on like the 2nd series now.
We watched the first series, so no spoilers, please. No spoilers.
Yeah.
So when you're traveling, it's perfect. It's so easy to use. You just select the country whose IP address you want to borrow. Click on that, you connect really quickly, and then that's it.
As always, NordVPN are offering our viewers an amazing deal on a 2-year plan plus additional months for free. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in our description and sign up for NordVPN today.
Plus there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk involved. So what do you think, guys? What do you think of these? We finished these off quite late last night, working into the night. In the dark, sanding, sawing, gluing. Can you tell what they are? You happy with them, darling?
Nick does know how to make a good box. I know that I'm finishing off this little bit now, but Nick has basically engineered these little boxes, and I think he's done a brilliant job. We did this late last night in the dark, sawing the wood outside the house and then gluing them together. Can't be having creaky floors. So before we're not taking the lino fully up again. We just want to get the floor down and not have to take it up again. But we have to attend to this, because if we don't, then when we're coming in and out of the van, because we're generally going to use the back doors, this is just going to do our heads in, and we're going to be like, we should have done that before we, put everything down. So we just need to take a little tiny bit off. Just in between here. That's tight as well, but the furniture's going to be there. You're not going to be walking in and out of there, but here is the main walkway.
People are going to hear us at night, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. See, the thing is, we varnished the floor when it was down, so I think the wood has slightly expanded, hence the reason it's very tight fit now, and a bit too tight there. So yesterday we already tried to do this a little bit, but it just takes so long with the sander, and we were doing this edge. So today, this is not the right tool for the right job. Anyway, it works the same as long as you don't cut yourself. So I've just been shaving off this part on the inside there rather than our nice neat floor. And yeah, it's actually really quick. So I hope that might be enough now, and we won't have a squeaky floor. I might just do a little tiny bit more.
It's better, isn't it?
There we go. Happy days, and that didn't take long at all, did it? We're in between about 50 jobs at the moment. We're doing so many things at once. But yeah, anyway, that's why it looks so messy. But this side, or half of this side, is kind of finished. So that wall is now screwed into the van, and we're not taking it out because there's self-tapping screws into the metal, the wall. And you only want to do that once. You don't want to keep taking them out and things like that, because it don't work the same. So it's staying in. This unit is absolutely solid because it's screwed in with 2 big bolts straight into the van into a rivet hole. And then we're just we're planning this next unit that's going to go onto there. We're planning how the water tank and everything is going to sit this side. We've got the boxes in. The wheel arch boxes. Yeah, if you didn't guess what those boxes were, they're wheel arch boxes, the ones that we were doing late last night. So they're in.
Look how neat that is. A little gap there. Ignore that. You can't see that. Yeah, the battery's going to go there, and not sure what we're having here, but that just makes this whole section very organised. You can see the top of the other one over there. Yeah, ignore that. The measurements were slightly wrong, probably because the van's not straight. You've got the troughs at the bottom, so it sort of sticks out and goes in, and we're rushing it. But I'm just going to put like a little batten over there, paint that, maybe secure that to the wall via that method. But look how neat that is once that's finished. And we'll paint that up, and then that creates this little area for the water tank to slot into. So we're going to probably put something there to fix this and secure this
to the floor. We're going to secure this to the battens underneath, as well as it's going to be again like rivet holes bolted to the van, this whole unit.
101 jobs going on all at the same time. That's why we don't appear to be getting anywhere, because we're just doing this, doing that, and yeah, too much to do in so little time. Just going to shut that a moment so you can see this. We've added some more carpet here, and we've done up until there before. We're doing it in parts, so we had to do that so we could put this wall in. And then we've just added another piece, but it's really easy to work with. You can't see a join there at all. Just line them up and then just fluff it up a bit, And that's just going up to there, and then at a later date we'll do that section, possibly that in a different colour, we're not sure.
Yeah, so you can kind of visualise the end game in this section, because obviously without the mess, obviously. But yeah, we've got the lino down, and then the nice carpet finish, and then obviously these walls now, this is the finished wall for now. Obviously none of that bit's finished, but you know, you've got the box in there. Also you've got to kind of visualise that won't be on show from this angle. There'll be a piece of wood there. Also the box will be painted eventually. Yeah,
use your imagination, Amia.
Lots of imagination. We're happy, but it's just does feel like we've got so many things to do still. It's kind of like quite overwhelming.
There's another view from a different angle of my lovely box. And then let's show you. You probably noticed actually.
The shower, the whole bathroom, so it's kind of like, you know,
Shrunk.
It's shrunk, yeah, it shrunk from the original bathroom. So yeah, you remember the bathroom that we did in Germany, and it was all the way at the top, and our lovely lino, we had to rip it all down, but we are going to still use it. We've cut it down to what, like 3/4 style length, because let's face it, when you're in a van you don't have as many showers as normal people in normal houses type thing. For that reason, we're going to still use it as like another work surface, because you can't have enough work surfaces in a van as far as we are concerned, and that's what we loved about how the van was before, having all of this work surface compared to little old Vinster. Now we were a bit like, is the shower tray going to be too big? Should we try and get like a smaller one? Is it sticking out too much? But we've adapted it very slightly.
So we decided to cut off the rims. So we've cut off like 2.5 centimetres from all the way around. So we've saved ourselves 5 centimetres. So it's still like 75 by 75.
It would be too cramped going in there to go to the loo if it was much smaller, I think, anyways. And 5 centimetres, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're in a van, 5 centimetres is quite a bit. And we're quite happy. It was very easy to do. We just used the jigsaw to cut all the way around, and it just worked perfectly actually. And then we'll just kind of have the walls now going straight up from this piece of wood here, basically, if that makes sense. Obviously, when you see it all in place, you'll completely get what we're talking about, and I think it's going to work out good.
So we have done all the electrics now, all the conduit has been threaded, all the cables going where we want it, USBs and lights either side, the max fan, the water pump. Thanks for all the comments and all the advice on the easiest way to thread the cable through. It's always great to hear from people who are a little bit more experienced than us.
So now with the electrics, we are organising all of the little sockets, what's going where. We've just ordered some more of these, which is the ones that have got the USB-C as well as the regular USB. We're going to obviously have some in the back. We've got to cut holes in that. The only thing that we haven't threaded, just thought of this, through the conduit is the solar panel cables. So they're going to come in, we have to do that as well. Yes.
Did we leave a little bit of string either side of the cables?
We didn't. That was a really good suggestion. Someone in the comments, if you leave some string either side, and then if you ever want to add more cables to the same conduit, you can just like pull it all through. That was a really good suggestion.
I like the carry a bag and hoover suggestion.
Yeah, so there was so many great suggestions, so we really appreciate it. And unfortunately, we didn't see the string one until after we threaded them. I suppose we could just whip them out now and do one if we think we want to add it. While we're in this position, you know, so we might actually do that, because that is handy. You never know when you're going to get a new gadget and you might think, oh, I want that new gadget over there. We could do with an extra wire for it, you know.
All these cables are quite thick though, so I think we'll be fine splitting them.
Splitting them and doubling it up. Yeah, there is that, because they are all kind of overkill really, but that's always good for safety reasons, obviously. So yeah, and then we're waiting for we've got a battery on the way that will be sat under here, and then our solar panel will be obviously charging the battery, and we're also going to have like a breaker, not a breaker.
A switch that we can just turn on or off, so we can alternate, decide whether solar panels are charging our power station or the main battery. So when the main battery is full, we can charge our power stations. Is there a switch out there that can do that?
There must be, right? So you've got one solar cable from the solar panels coming in, and we need a little two-way switch, so it can go in one direction or the other direction. If any of you guys have got that setup where you've got solar panels charging two separate things by changing it by a switch, let us know.
Looking good.
Second coat, bit over it now, to be honest with you. And this stuff, this Osmo oil, is very, very like strong, like potent, so I do feel like I'm getting a little bit high. Look how good that looks now. 2 coats of the Osmo White and it's perfect and ready to go on that wall. And then this is kind of this section, 3/4 of this section finished. Can we say that?
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the vans.
Welcome back to the vans.
Day whatever on the build.
Okay, so we've had a bit of a do, haven't we? We've had a bit of a thing. Basically, after we finished filming last night, I had a bit of a meltdown. Well, we both had a bit of a meltdown.
Both
actually.
lost the plot a little bit. I think it's just been getting to us, isn't it?
Yeah,
over time.
it's been building up this week, and yeah, we've failed. We chatted last night. We went for a walk with the dogs after we finished filming down the river. It was very nice, and it was nice fresh air, and it's only like the second time we've done that walk in the last 5 weeks.
Because we just haven't had time.
We
It's
just
just
haven't had
nice
time.
to...
And we just had a
to get
breather,
out and
and we
breathe.
chatted, and we said, well, let's just not put this 50-day challenge. Let's just do it as quickly as we can, but without push. Basically, we looked around the van and we were like, there's no way. There is no way this is all going to be finished in 3 weeks by the end of February.
Yeah, we're gonna get burnout, or we probably had it last night. We've just been working. It's the end of the 4th week on the build, and that's every day, just down here for like a full day, and then going back to the house and doing more, along with stuff on the laptops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we haven't got as far as we wanted to get.
There's so many little things that we're doing that we're not filming to try and get them done a bit quicker and things like that. So there's a lot going on. Don't get us wrong, we're really enjoying it. We are enjoying doing the work and doing things with our hands and building the van, but we're not enjoying the pressure that we feel because we've set ourselves this challenge. That's
Stupid, aren't we?
It's really stupid. I mean, I know people do van builds real quick, but we're not those people. You know, this is how we've seen now that we're not going to be able to do it as quick as we'd liked, and we can't put the pressure on ourselves to try and do it that quick, because it is actually making us feel really overwhelmed and quite stressed. The good news is we are going to do some little travel vlogs. There's a reason why little old Vinster passed his MOT. We think it's a sign. It means we should be going away and using the little van. You know, we have lovely weather down here this time of year, and we want to have some little trips away in between doing this build, and the content will be good, won't it? Because it's always nice going away and filming our travel vlogs. It's what we love doing best.
And he deserves it. Vinsto's taking us on all these adventures rather than just passing the interview there, and then just being sat there. He deserves a few little trips away, so that's what we're going to do, just to break up the build, and then we'll come back after a few days away feeling refreshed. So there we go.
We've got some travel content coming, some van build content coming. We're mixing it up a bit. We are still going to get the van done as soon as we can. Maybe we'll even do the 50 days after all, but we're just saying we're not going to put pressure on ourselves. Yeah. And that's where we're at.
That's where we're at. So stay tuned and make sure you follow us on all our socials so you don't miss what's going on.
Little daily
where
updates
we are
happening over on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and what's the other one?
X.
Yeah. X. and yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Easy and completely free to do, and then you can ding our bell. And we'll see you all next Thursday.
Take care, guys. See you soon.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with R.
Rust.